Hey guys, it's your boys. Be sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button.
Okay.
Hey guys,
What up, man?
it's R&DM Cuts.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, it's episode 5.
In the morning.
Episode 5.
I haven't been keeping track.
Nigga, because you don't edit. You don't edit the podcast. I do.
Yeah.
You know, I do. This is a Curtis Clark production. God damn it.
Oh, government names. Well, hey, this is Ken Washington.
What up?
We're here
I don't give a fuck.
for episode 5.
We back. One thing I was thinking about, because I told you on the random talk that I didn't edit or upload yet, which would take 2 seconds, but I still didn't do it.
Lazy motherfucker.
I've been watching Illmind podcast lately. Illmind, producer, hip hop producer, Grammy winner, multiple time Grammy nominee.
Lay it all out there.
He was he on his podcast he take beat submissions and they listen to him. I think like at the end of the podcast. I was thinking about taking like song submissions and listening to him, or listening to him before the podcast, and then like maybe playing some of the best ones or playing some of the worst ones on the podcast. Like
people sending original ones.
Yeah.
And what? Give a quick reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, we could. Our Illmind podcast. It seemed like he tried to keep the time pretty tight on the when it comes to listening to people's and reviewing people's beats or whatever. But I'll listen to a whole song if it's good, and if it's not, I'll probably still listen to it and make fun of it. You know.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do.
Yeah, if you submit your shit, I'm gonna go in on it. Like I'm gonna act like I don't know you, because I don't. And you know. I think maybe as a musician it's good to probably hear that sometimes from a different objective perspective.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll be willing to listen to some user tracks, see what's out there. I'm always listening to music anyway. Yeah,
I mean, if y'all want to submit shit, anybody who subscribed, all 13 of y'all who subscribed,
send it to P.O. Box 6501. I don't know.
Yeah, I might just put my email address in the description and you can send it there, and I'll listen to him before the podcast. We'll listen to him before the podcast. If I catch him before the podcast, like during the week, I'll listen to him then. You know, any songs, any beats, any whatever. You could be whatever genre, you know, it don't matter if it's a song, if it's,
we'll give it a peek.
Yeah, as long as it got instruments and shit, then you should be fine.
I mean, what about the whole acapella slam poetry?
Well, if you really want to submit that, then maybe. If you think you could, but we probably gonna go in on that shit, especially you. Like, for real.
Well, what are you saying about me? You saying I don't like slam poetry?
Yeah, because I was a slam poet in high school, and I remember telling you about it, and I'm like, man, this shit is cool. And you was like,
yeah, I remember people coming up to me like, I think you will like it. I think you like rap music, and it's like, like
it's not the same,
right?
It's really not.
The whole comparisons to rap music and poetry. Come on, like, can we kind of dead it? I mean, you're kind of doing something similar. But you're not really. It's different. It's a whole different thing. And like you said, you used to say you hate dudes who get up there saying they're about to do some poetry and then they really want to come and just spit some bars.
Bro, I swear I hate when I was like 16 at the poetry slam and the nigga get up there and start like, like, bro, I can hear the beat that you write this on.
Hit him.
Like I can hear that this is like a fucking same damn time remix. Like, no, like, bro, I don't
future type beat.
Like, I don't like, but I think going to the slam poetry shit and and especially the open mics, this shit, it kind of, especially for me, it kind of just, you know. It really gave me time to craft my pen. Like, even though I wasn't rapping, my poetry style was always pretty rappy. And then I think when I was watching other people, it was damn near worth it to sit through all the bullshit just to hear that one person who's just genuinely nice. Like, I think it was worth it. in a lot of. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't for you.
I didn't. I never.
You never got into it.
I never need to try. I mean, I didn't need to look. I know what poetry is. I was never big into poetry. I don't know why people thought I would be into watching poetry. Poetry is like that whole super duper subjective art thing, but it lacks the visual elements of like other art that you would go and watch or view. Because it's just words, and it's like, wow, he really said that nice. Or I love the poetry people who get up there and they probably just get a little intense, a little dramatic, and it's like poetry. I mean, it's art. I mean, it's just lacking a lot of visual elements. I'm just listening to a lot of words, and I'm like, wow, what a wordsmith.
One thing I didn't like about the high school slam poetry league though is that it wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? It was just
it was fake.
It was a training ground.
It was rigged.
It was. I mean, it wasn't like when we got up there, we spit our shit. They gave us our score. It wasn't like they was really. I mean, if you had a really good poem, they'd probably say that, but
I mean, were they really critiquing anybody?
No.
Was it like, dude, you get a pass just for going up?
When I was 16, I'm like, bruh, like I edit my fucking verses. Like I put so much time and effort into this shit, and then somebody could just come up right behind me with some bullshit. I especially, I don't know, maybe this is wrong of me, but I especially hate it when people would go for the emotional appeal and be like, my father, and I'm oh my
that's the
god,
that's the intense
like
dramatic.
Damn, I'm just trying to spit some shit and you, oh my god, like, and now everybody gonna be like 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10.
Oh my god, you're
and
such a hero.
Yeah, and I'm like, dog.
Never got into it, so I mean, this is why I'm more gravitated just towards rap and different forms of that. I mean, not to really throw rocks here, but I always found poetry as a little corny.
Move the mic closer to you.
Yeah.
That's about filter.
There.
Yeah,
that's pretty horrible, but we're gonna go with it. I mean, I always found it just to be a little corny to me. Kind of made me cringe.
Yeah, it was a lot of cringy shit going on at the slam poetry open mics and at the slams. I mean, but I don't know, man. It's something that really,
I feel like it's like if somebody was like, "Hey, do you want to come to like a open mic rap con, like where anybody can just get up there and rap their shit?" And I mean, maybe somebody would be even good there, but I feel like, wow, I'm watching just some amateur hour shit, like stage play, dramatic. That's dramatic positivity circle jerk of like, you were so good, you did so good, keep doing it, and it's just like, what am I watching?
I mean, I don't know. I guess now looking back, I can be like, okay, whatever. I was taking high school slam poetry way too seriously, but I took my art seriously. So but it was just, but whatever. Submit your songs.
Submit your songs. That? Oh yeah, let's not lose sight of where we were. But since we're mentioning music today,
email in the description.
Today. James Blake, latest album.
Assume Form.
Yeah, we will be going over it.
Yeah,
we'll get some opinions on it.
I
think you have a lot of opinions on it.
I have opinions on it, and let's just wait to hear my opinions on it.
Nice. nice transition there. So, okay, what are we getting into today? We just had our, of course, 5-minute pre-production. What are we going to talk about meeting?
I mean, we put so much time and effort into this show, except when we don't. And then we just come in this bitch and ruin it like a high school presentation. Yeah,
don't do drugs, kids, because we had a whole, or you had a whole thing backed out.
No,
but then too many drugs came into play.
No, that's not what happened.
Amnesia.
I had a couple of topics laid out last night that I wanted to go over, but they kind of escaped me in my sleep, I guess.
They escaped you. Yeah. What does that even mean?
I don't know where they are. That's what that means, nigga.
They escaped me.
I don't know where they are. That's exactly what the fuck that means.
So, okay, what I wanted to get into was for the past few years we just had the discussion. You were confused. First off, I want to get this I want to get this squared away here because we were talking about the eras of hip hop right here, and you were confusing 2010. This started with seeing like Lil Wayne and like some Bam Margera type indoor scarf that you throw over him and Young Money Top Goon Gutta.
Top Goon.
I don't know. Top
affiliate.
He was in there. I mean, I don't know where to place him, but this started because
in there. Gutta was a essential member of the 2010 Young Money squad.
He put out like 2 mixtapes, but this all started from us seeing them.
Welcome to Guttaville was hot, nigga.
In some fashion shit. This started with us seeing them in some fashion shit. That was like some ASAP Rocky type fashion rap shit. But you said, hey, this looks like the Bling era. And I think not. I don't know. I wish you guys could see this picture.
I mean, it was I just bit my tongue. It was a transition from the Bling era. I think that was like maybe, I don't know, because things overlap. Things don't just cut off. Like
we kind of have to establish when the end of the Bling era was.
When does the Bling era end? 2008?
I feel like it has to end sooner than that, because I feel like you get into this age of, hold on, the Bling era is killed off by the trap era, effectively.
No, the Bling era it has a lot of trap music in it. Trap music has been around since like the Bling era, 90s.
But the trap music didn't take over until somewhere around the mid 2000s. You didn't even have T.I.'s trap music come out until after the Bling era was kind of like over.
I mean, that's because I hate
it was Bling E, but it wasn't the Bling era. It wasn't the throwback jerseys. It wasn't do-rags. It wasn't headbands anymore. It was a whole nother era. That 2008, the auto-tune trap era.
It was still remnants of the Bling era.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Graduation dropped in 2007, and I think that was absolute Kanye pop Bling era bullshit. But I don't know. Tracks.
I don't think Kanye was much in the Bling. I don't think he was much Bling era. I think he was more the auto tune. First off, he was thrown in with the backpack thing. I think
that's what I said. 808s dropped, I think, a year after, in about 2008, when he started doing the.
There you go, and that's the cutoff right
that's
there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what 2008. It gotta be because.
But the Gutta Wayne picture that we saw was from like 2008, 9, 10. So I mean, that wasn't the Bling era.
It wasn't the midst of it. It wasn't the midst of it. It
was over.
It wasn't the definitive part.
It was after 808s.
It was after 808s. It's
that picture was probably after 808s. Guttaville and all that shit was like after 808s. That was when Young Money was on the rise.
Yeah, as a clique. Oh my god.
Well, that was also the group era. You had Young Money, Good Music, MMG.
I mean,
you had to be in like a rap gang.
It was a lot more groups before that where it was just like fucking.
So these are even more differences. Let's set this up and have some structure to it. These are differences right here because
really want to.
But the Bling era did have groups.
Yeah, I would say if you really want to give Bling era groups, we could talk about D4L. We could talk about.
But these are more individual groups as opposed to label gangs.
I ain't talking about label gangs. I'm talking about groups.
But we were talking about the label gangs as in the MMG, the Young Money.
I mean, that's a little bit later.
Right. So we're comparing the two eras right now. We're comparing the Bling era from where are we going to say?
I would say the Bling era is early 2000s.
We just don't do good research.
This is
stuff you could Google.
I think we lived this shit, so I don't think we have to.
I think you were a baby. Little baby boy.
Okay, whatever. But
I was around. So hold on, I can give some clarity to this. I may have been
early 2000s to about 2008 is the Bling era. I don't.
Whenever that bling shit, I think that was around 2000, 2001 with Hot Boys, Wayne, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's around the time, and I think it goes a good about 7 years.
That seems perfect to me.
So yeah. There we go.
With some time to decay. You know what I'm saying? It don't just, you know what I'm saying? If we talking about the graph of what will be definitive Bling era, it don't just
when the jerseys and do-rags go away, there's no more Bling era right there.
And
the gigantic chains were still around, I think. We're like a remnant of that.
Yeah, the chains have got smaller in this decade.
Well, okay, we're like 2 eras removed, I think, from what we're talking about now.
Yes.
we're talking about like the last era to the era before that. I think the big chains did carry over into that gaudy ass 2008, 9, 10 era.
Somewhat.
I think it got even more extreme with the fucking iced out BART chains and the RC car chains that actually were RC cars.
Yeah, I mean,
but this was that like the Bling era.
Still doing that, but they still smaller. Niggas not rocking like thick ass. You know what I'm saying? Niggas not rocking like long ass. They shorter. And
the damn near fucking dog collar chokers.
Yeah.
That shit looks suspect. I don't trust any rappers that wear dog collars. I'm
so what you trying to say about my nigga Offset? What you trying to say about the whole QC label, nigga, that beat your ass?
I think the QC label
and the silk shirts.
They on some fashion hype beat shit. We talked about this. Like they just like, oh well, you know, it's fashionable. Silk shirts, choker, diamond chokers and shit. That is just not. I can't get into it.
But I mean, I don't know. I think them niggas look better than the niggas from 2004 with the 4X's on. I think they look better than Soulja Boy.
You think it holds up better?
Yeah. And Soulja Boy Crank That came out when? Like 2000.
Let's not even talk out of turn. I don't even know.
Crank That came out in like 2007, I want to say. 2006 or 7.
Probably somewhere around that ballpark.
And he was still wearing big ass shirts. That's Bling era shit.
No, that was just Soulja Boy shit.
Bro, no, niggas was still dressing like that.
Soulja Boy fans and niggas who's getting out there doing dances. Not like
our cousin was still dressing like that.
2007, yeah. You're right.
Thank you.
What does that mean? Because people were wearing big t-shirts, it was the Bling era?
I think that's definitive Bling era shit.
I think
you want to go a white Air Force Ones? You know
yeah. I've named definitive Bling era. Definitive Bling era is
clipping.
Sorry, everyone. Bling era is throwback jerseys, the big t-shirts too, the big jeans, Timbs, do-rags, and headbands.
I wonder if we've been clipping the whole time. Whatever.
We've been just all in your ear, but
have you been seeing these red lights? I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't been looking, but. I will say 2008 is the cutoff. So 2007 we can allow it. We can still say 2007 is Bling era.
Yeah, around 2008.
I don't see any, hard cutoffs anywhere when you look for it. But,
absolutely not.
But I think there was a change. The Bling era, I think, was overtaken by a few different I guess we can just say eras of what could be seen as the mixtape era, the trap era. All this stuff was coming up at the same time. That whole Dat Piff, the whole Southern run. And I mean the Southern run was kind of somewhere in the Bling era, but I mean the supreme takeover.
The Southern
run falling off of New York.
The Bling era is defined by
Southern hip hop. No, it's not. There were more New York Bling rappers out there.
It's a lot of New York Bling
rappers. And they were still in control.
They still had a foothold, but not in control.
They were still in control. 50 Cent dropped that shit in 2004?
Okay.
New York was still dominating.
Okay.
So I mean, it's loose. It's a loose benchmark of Bling era. To what is that era? I mean, we can't really decide on the next one, but I would say mixtape, trap.
I mean, the mixtape era is the Bling era, right?
No, I would say the Bling era precedes the mixtape. I mean,
Styles P
the Dat Piff era.
Boom, boom, boom on the mixtape since 2005 or some shit.
I feel like I don't know. I'm not too up on my Dat Piff history, but I feel like
what was Styles P's first mixtape? Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, asking the wrong person on this.
No, it was. I want to say it was Ghost in the Shell. Am I wrong to say it was Ghost in the Shell? I think it was Ghost in the Shell. But during
the majority of the Bling era,
that was like 2006.
It was not the mixtape era as we know it from the Dat Piff shit. Maybe niggas was selling those things out of the trunk on some 50 Cent shit, but I don't know. We'd have to come back to this. I mean, I feel like we're in the ballpark though. I don't feel like we got it right. I don't feel like it goes further than 2008.
Hell no.
When you come in with skinny jeans and fucking auto-tune.
Teach Me How to Jerk came out in like 2009.
Yeah, so right, that when you get to the point of that, the whole mixtapes dropping every week, that's not Bling era. I think that's the gaudy ass mixtape era, the shared beat era, where everybody's hopping on and doing freestyles and shit. And the DJ hollering over you, bring it back, and all that other shit.
DJ Drama.
Yeah, and you had like 15 named DJs. Like DJ Drama had a team.
DJ Drama.
He had the affiliates. Remember, he had the
affiliates.
It was DJ Drama. From what I know, it was a Don Cannon. Was he in there?
Cannon. I think Don Cannon did Lil Hurt first mixtape. He did
a lot of people mixtapes. Was Holiday Season in there? Or is he
who am I? Gangsta Girls, nigga.
I mean, Gangsta Girls was the brand.
Oh, was it?
That was DJ Drama's brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whenever you had a Gangsta Girls, you had him on your shit yelling over it.
Okay.
And who else? It was the jobber of the stable, motherfucking head
DJ Ill Will.
No, head DiBiase.
Who the fuck is that?
He was on the affiliates. He was like the low tier. If you got head DiBiase, you were fucking whack. You couldn't even get Cannon or nothing. You got head DiBiase. And a lot of them I feel like.
What was his drop like? You don't remember?
I don't know.
It wasn't even a memorable drop.
No,
if you don't got a memorable DJ drop, you might as well die.
You remember that his name was Head DiBiase as a playoff of Ted DiBiase, the wrestler. But I mean, and yeah, okay, DJ Ill Will and DJ Rockstar. I don't think they were part of the affiliates thing though, but they did a lot of they did a lot of Young Money mixtapes.
Yeah.
I'm
about to cut.
Yep. J. Rockstar. See how I did that?
Yeah. Unnoticeable.
But anyway, we we were going over all the obscure, and that's the smoke right there. Ignore the smoke, people. It's just drugs happening right now.
Yeah, legal drugs though.
Yeah, legal.
So they're not bad.
CBD. But we're going over all the obscure.
Bro, fuck this, man. Let's talk about some real stoner shit.
Whoa.
We need to legalize weed, man.
This is taking a turn.
Yeah, man. I just thought about that, man.
Another political statement. Let's get it, CJ.
Yeah, let's get it,
Let's get it, because these are the funnest topics right here. Go ahead. Tell them how you feel.
No, that's all I wanted to say. We need to legalize weed,
I mean, I feel like it's becoming legal in a lot of states.
Yeah, man. I guess it's happening slowly but surely, but fuck that. Trump needs to do something right. I will love Trump. I will buy a MAGA hat.
Would you endorse
and wear it through the hood, nigga?
Would you endorse another run?
If he, oh my God. No. I would have to think about it for a second.
A 2020 campaign?
I would have to think about it for a second. Like, who is he going against?
Apparently Bernie Sanders, right? Is he running again?
Bernie Sanders is running again, but I mean, who is gonna make it to the primaries? I mean,
like, I think Joe Biden might be running.
And if we doing that, I don't know. Maybe Joe Biden would be a good president. He'd probably be better than Trump. I'm just. I don't know. Fuck politicians, bro.
Fuck politicians. Fuck politics. But anyway, back to things with less substance.
The topics that we're good at.
Do you, speaking of mixtapes, because we were just talking about that Piff, do you have any like classic in your head standout mixtapes? Because I feel like the mixtape game is all but kind of dead right now.
I already mentioned it. Ghost in the Shell. Automatic classic. I was just listening to Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell is a classic.
Ghost in the Machine.
Styles P mixtape for anybody who don't know.
Oh yeah, Styles P.
Man. Jadakiss also has a good string with the Champ is Here tapes.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I like the second one, Kiss My Eyes. The first few tracks on there is just fucking crazy.
But do you agree that the mixtape game is kind of like dead? Like, it's like no matter what.
We can go on that Piff right now and this nigga's still uploading.
But who's listening? Who's listening?
A lot of people, apparently.
I think way more people are just over on Spotify where you can put your shit, you know, anyways. And it's falling out of favor to rap over other people's beats. Yeah. So a lot of these mixtapes have original production anyway, and a lot of these things show up on DatPiff and Spotify. So you might as well just cut the middleman out, cut one of the middlemen out, and go to the better Spotify app. The DatPiff app is kind of trash.
As a musician, I heard that it's legal to do covers. What?
No, not covers. People were just rapping over other people's beats.
But I mean,
Mac Miller got in trouble for that. Remember?
But is it legal? But what's the cover? Do you have to remake the beat, or can you get your hands on the?
If you're profiting off of the beat, when well, people used to think actually that people used to think, well, it's a mixtape. If I give it out for free, then there's no copyright infringement. But then that Mac Miller Lord Finesse case came up.
That's not true. If you give it out for free, you can't.
But Lord Finesse still was like, no, fuck that. Sued. And I don't remember how that one played out, but I think, it came out in Lord Finesse's favor.
You just assuming that?
I'm assuming mostly. I mean, you got a laptop. I wish I had mine out. We could look it up. But I don't think that's the case anymore. Even though some people still do it. So, I mean, I don't know if they cleared that. I don't know if they cleared it. I don't know if they broke off the cache or what. But that Piff used to be the haven of just mixtape pirate scammery.
Yeah, I was consistently listening to that Piff at one point because, you know, on iPhones you can't really fucking, I mean, I guess you can pirate music, but it's like, it's kind of, I'd rather just use SoundCloud or streaming services where I don't have to fucking, I remember the days where I had to fucking edit my songs and put them in order and do all this.
You used to have to go into the metadata, edit the tags and shit.
I downloaded a whole third-party app on my Android back when, you know what I'm saying, when I was using like Music Paradise to download music, and I would have to fucking go upload the file to the app and then change the fucking song and the date and the year and
those
the
are the days,
album.
man.
It's fucking
that's when you really cared about your pirated music collection. That shit shows you care, because you don't want to be listening to your iPod and have like songs come up like 04
and then say 05, you want to switch SD cards like because you ain't having enough space. Because I remember my first phone came with like 32 gigs. I filled this shit up. I got a 60. I got my hands on a 64 gig, and now I got a fucking. I mean, maybe I could have did it in the computer some way, but I didn't know that. So I was like, fuck, I got to download everything again. So I was like, fuck it. Let's start. Hey, Action Bronson.
I feel like my first shit was like almost a 12 gig.
Not a chance, buddy.
Was it even 12
How
gig?
can you even survive in this world?
I don't even know if it was 12 gig. These were like the bottom barrel cheap ones. But I think you came into the pirating game. You were in a little bit later than me because you don't have any recollection of doing like LimeWire, do you?
I remember people using it, but I didn't never use it.
Yeah, so I mean that was the real pirate game right there when you get into LimeWire, which was like the successor to Napster.
Yeah.
Where you go in there, it's all in app, and you can just kind of type, and you would have to like wade through the waters of bullshit there too. There was a lot of very weird fuckery porn on there. I saw like straight up bestiality on there.
I remember hearing that y'all was like watching some crazy shit.
Yeah, I saw a chick fuck a dog.
Oh my god.
Like legitimately. So it was kind of crazy. So just a lot of kinky shit on there.
Mac Miller settles $10 million Lord Finesse lawsuit. Finesse reaches undisclosed settlement over claims Mac Miller lifted bits of his hip to the game for Kool-Aid and frozen pizza. So yeah.
So he got his cash. So.
And that was on kids, so he probably.
So a judge must have, agreed with this. So like, yeah, you can't just because it's a mixtape.
But it was a confidential settlement. So
yeah, who knows how much it would have been, but he got something. So
yeah.
But now I got thrown off. Where were we? Whoa. Sorry, guys.
Whatever. Get the fuck over yourself.
We need a mute button.
Get the fuck over. I'm not muting shit.
Dude, if somebody's listening to this in some earphones, you think they want to hear your wet
belching? Nobody's listening to this. And if you are,
we got 47 people around. We got 47 people on the last one. 47 views. That's 47 fucking people. You know how many people that is?
Whatever. Those mostly people who don't even know what the fuck we talking about most of the time.
Hello, guys.
We're talking about music. Who like, ooh, the new episode.
We're talking about music.
Yeah, we talk about a bunch of crazy music shit that only a couple of people want to hear about at one time.
Well, this is the 5th episode. You want to be a star? You want to be a star?
I ain't.
You want to be on TV?
I'm willing to work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm willing to have nobody watching real quick.
You gotta grind it out.
Yeah, man.
You just had 600 people on that fucking Reddit episode.
Whatever. It's about 700. Excuse me.
Yeah, then shut the fuck up.
You know what I'm saying?
Shut the fuck up. No, I don't know. All right, back on track here because we're getting way off.
We don't have a track on this episode. Let's be honest.
We were on a track until you slowed the track down. We were talking about the mixtape game, and we were talking about comparison between Bling era and the auto tune era. Any favorites from either of these eras before we get off this topic?
Out of the Bling era, my favorites.
Who's your fave out of the Bling era?
Jay. Yeah, there we go.
Cop out.
There we go.
Big cop out. Big cop out.
There we go. That's how we answer. That's how we in that right there.
Eminem falls in the Bling era. He's my favorite.
Yeah. Jay.
I don't think he was blinging too much, but you know, the game. I like that whole Aftermath era.
The game is very underrated. His discography is underrated. It's not talked about enough.
We'll get into it one day.
Well, we got to talk about what was his first album?
The documentary.
The documentary. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got to talk about it.
He has a lengthy run in the mixtape game too.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of mixtapes. Future wasn't the first. Anyways. Okay, so let's just hop into James Blake. Let's stop beating around the bush. Yeah. Let's stop bullshitting to our two people looking forward to the new episode.
James Blake, English producer, singer, songwriter,
extraordinaire.
Yeah, God amongst men.
I wouldn't go that far. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, let me pull up his discography.
You got a lot to say, so you go ahead. Set the stage for this album.
Well, I mean,
the guttural.
I don't want to get into the album.
The guttural, visceral.
I don't want to get into
primal.
The album. I don't want to get into the album just yet. I want to talk about his more general discography, and you know, I think some highlights. Of course, his self-titled project, which I actually own right here. You know, yeah, it seems like I review a lot of albums that I own. But yeah, dual EP, James Blake.
Dual EP?
Yeah, it's dual disc.
Wow,
it's heavy as fuck.
Thick
boy,
right there.
But yeah, this a pretty good album. This got a lot of joints on it. Fuck yeah, I got the track list for this right here. Unluck is amazing.
All right, hold on. Before we get into any songs here, because I gotta hop in here. This is my first.
No, I'm talking about this album.
Oh, okay. Well, this is my first James Blake experience here, coming in with this Inform.
I played this album for you when I got it.
You did, but you know,
and you weren't really digging it.
I was half in, half out.
Yeah.
You know, so this Assume Form, which we're reviewing, is my first foray into this, and you got real you got real offended when I ended last podcast with this is like asking me to listen to Ed Sheeran.
Get the fuck out of here, dog! Stop doing that, man! Stop fucking. No, it's not.
It's not.
How is it? Give me the comparison between James Blake and Ed Sheeran, please. James Blake, weird electro R&B nigga, and Ed Sheeran, pop star. I don't really get it.
Ed Sheeran does a bunch of R&B stuff. I feel like it's like Ed Sheeran, but cooler and more mysterious. I don't think it's that far off. It's not
because
that similar.
From the UK?
Yeah, probably. It's not that similar. It's not super similar, but it's not super far off. They're both doing R&B.
I don't think the same
people
who listen to James Blake are listening to Ed Sheeran.
That's because you don't. That's because you don't want to believe it because you're a James Blake guy.
I mean,
you don't want to believe that you have crossover with those Ed Sheeran.
I don't think anything is wrong with James Blake. Or Ed Sheeran. I don't think anything is wrong with him. He got some okay songs.
They both do R&B. I don't know.
One is a pop star and one is you know what I'm saying, is really in the shits. You know what I'm saying, with these songs.
They both do some singing, you know, the same type of singing. It's not even that far off as far as
James Blake write all his own songs.
What, Ed Sheeran doesn't?
I don't believe so.
What made you think that? I thought he wrote songs for other people.
Maybe he does, but I don't think he write all his own songs.
Maybe
that's an assumption I'm making.
Doesn't really matter to me. But okay, they're both English guys that I see a lot on these tracks with, and this is a theme in this album, Assume Form, that I noticed, was that he does a lot of features, like a rapper almost, and features with rappers, a lot of rappers and a lot of R&B people. I've seen Ed Sheeran in a lot of...
Damn, this nigga James Blake topping the dance charts in the US 3 albums in a row now.
Oh wow.
Number ones on all three of his last albums, not this one.
If a key difference that I can show here, and I guess you can say, okay, maybe James Blake doesn't have the ultra popular pop hits like Ed Sheeran, so therefore Ed Sheeran is more of a pop star.
But
I don't even think that's the case. I think I've seen Ed Sheeran on motherfucking the last Eminem record. What else? He's been on a lot of just rap joints lately and R&B joints. I think he did a thing with Beyonce. James Blake, when I listened to his album, he did the thing with Travis Scott. Who else was on here?
I think he just got done
Snoop
working.
Dogg?
Was he?
Was he?
No. So, you tripping.
I'm probably tripping.
You were tripping.
But he was on there with somebody other than Travis Scott. I just listened to this. Sorry, guys, that I'm not super well prepared. I just listened to this last night to cram it in before, so I could have some thoughts on it.
But no, I think this album. I mean, if you want to talk about some of my favorite shit,
okay, not Snoop Dogg, Andre 3000.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? If you want to talk about some of my favorite shit from James Blake, that's not this album. We could talk about the CMYK fucking EP. That shit hard. Enough Thunder with Bon Iver. That shit hard. His best album, honestly, is fucking his album before this one. The Color and Everything, I think.
Quite possibly, but this is the one you chose to review, so this is where we are.
Oh yeah,
Assume Form on Spotify.
No, I mean, I just wanted to talk about, just give a little bit context to who he is and like how many projects. I mean, he just was on the Black Panther shit with Kendrick and all them.
I don't think you should be so insulted with the Ed Sheeran comparison.
I'm not insulted. I just don't think it's correct.
Okay, so listen to this
album.
Like
I said, there's nothing wrong with Ed Sheeran. I just don't think that's the correct comparison. If you want to make I think a better comparison to an artist, I would compare him more to a I don't know, maybe some more American R&B artists like Bryson Tiller. Except,
I would not,
except a bit more electronic.
I would not.
Or I would not. I think that's a way better comparison to Ed Sheeran.
I do not think so. Bryson Tiller.
I think, and maybe that's because you don't really know his discography as well as I do. But Ed Sheeran,
he don't sound like Bryson Tiller. He don't sound like any R&B.
He don't sound like Bryson Tiller exactly. But if you want to, I don't think James Blake sound like anybody, to be honest. Like if you want to make the closest comparison, I really can't think of nobody that he sounds like. Maybe like some FKA Twigs.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's jump into it because I can't really comment on all these other, the albums before. I can't really comment on those because I didn't hear them, but I heard this one. So let's jump into.
But even this album is pretty R&B. But honestly, the first thing I got to say about it is that I think he was trying to catch one. Like I think he was trying to like
maybe maybe this is where I'm coming in.
And I don't really. That's what this album kind of fucked up for me. I get you trying to have your little pop-up pill. You coming off the Black Panther shit. You got the Travis Scott Metro Boomin track. I get it that you're trying to really catch one, and it seemed like that track, what is it called, Mile High, is doing pretty well. But I just I'm not really into Travis Scott singing. I'm not into the. Okay,
so this is where I'm coming in on it. Assume Form. First off, on Spotify, it had like visuals to everything, which I didn't really expect.
Yeah, James Blake, he pretty big artist. I think artists with like big labels can do that type of shit.
Okay, but so hopping into this, I think that, and maybe this seems a little premature to say. Maybe I should save it for the end. But I think this was a good album. I don't think it's anything for me. I don't think it's anything that I will come back to. But I think it's good for, where it's trying to appeal to. First off, James Blake to me is a good singer. He's not a great singer.
I think James Blake is an amazing singer. He's very dynamic.
I don't think it's very out of the ordinary. To me,
he's very dynamic. He has a very distinct characteristic about his voice.
I don't know about
not only his voice, but his production style.
The production style, most definitely.
Very distinct.
But his voice, I think it sounds like, a smooth Englishman. Like he is not. I don't know where.
That was the weirdest description ever.
Like he's smooth. He sounds like an English guy on some smooth R&B shit. Not too smooth. Not too smooth where it's buttery. Not no Rick not no
Rick Astley.
Not no who. Not that. It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more plain and more straightforward, his singing. And really, what I think makes the whole mood of his is the production, the musicianship, and some of the choices he makes. But as far as singing,
it's pretty good too.
But as far as singing, I wasn't blown away or anything. He wasn't anything that was like, "Whoa, this is super unique, James Blake." I mean, I would think that.
James Blake.
I would think this was a lot of other guys. If you didn't tell me it was James Blake,
I think James Blake singing is very unique. He's very dynamic. He can go from these very and the melodies that he comes up with are very creative. He can go from these very like soft but like you know, and he always his vocal change seems amazing too. His vocals are always like really cavernous, and the reverb is always just, you know, really lush. And he can go from these super quiet whispers and hums and, you know, very supportive melodies to almost a lead vocalist type things from time to time, even though James Blake usually likes to keep things pretty stripped back. I think that this album is somewhat stripped back, even though it still has that pop appeal.
Yeah, this is like, I mean, it's like taking some singer-songwriter shit and just mixing it with trap.
And pop, yeah.
And that's what I got out of it. So, I mean, here, let's just start talking about more of the songs. So I don't want to rush through this.
Assume Form, fuck it. Title track, the first track, I wasn't a fan.
I wasn't a fan. I felt like it was a slow start.
I think it was a whack start, honestly. It was very just poppy and lullaby-ish, and just it was too sweet for me. It's just, I'm used to those very like dark, cavernous, you know what I'm saying, polyrhythmic type joints from like electronic driven type tracks from him, and this just wasn't really doing it for me. Next, Mile High Club.
I actually enjoyed that.
It grew on me as I listened to it more, but I'm not gonna be going back to listen to it like that.
I think I enjoy Travis Scott more than you do. I think we talked about this.
Maybe probably not on a podcast.
Like I think this was pretty good.
I think it was cool. I think the vibe of it was very nice, and I think that's what the track was going for, the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
I think this whole album was going for the vibe.
I think
over anything else, I think it was going for set the vibe.
I think this album was going for catch one, pop appeal, as many people as possible. James Blake going from, you know what I'm saying, The Color.
Some of this came off more to me as the perfect thing to just play in the background while you're doing a bunch of other shit.
Kinda.
And I don't even.
And that's sad for me.
That's vibe. That's more vibey for me than trying to actually catch a pop hit.
It kind of, that's what really kind of turned me off about this project as a avid James Blake fan. It was just, it wasn't like making you listen, because the tracks were getting very quiet, and you know what I'm saying, he stripping back all these different melodies and different percussive devices, how he did on The Color of Anything. Is that the name of the album? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, he didn't really wow me how that album is. That album is track after track after track of just great electro R&B, just vibes. I can imagine some of these songs in like a rave. I can imagine some of these songs just in a dark room like I usually am in. And it was just so much going on, especially with the melodies that he was creating. This album, it just don't seem like it's as ambitious. It don't seem like it's as it goes as far, you know what I'm saying? But Tell Them, I don't even fucking remember this track.
I mean, track for track, and it's maybe because I didn't get a bunch of listens in, but I felt like this wasn't something I would want. Listen, I'm not saying that it's bad, because I think for the people that it does appeal to, it is good sound music. It's not like badly made, badly sung. The production is interesting, but it's not something I will listen to. I don't like to listen. I listen to, I don't know, maybe if you peeped my just fucking discography, my collection, it seems maybe you could find some contradiction somewhere. I don't typically like the high pitch, that type of crooning ass shit in my ear all the time. But
my ear all the time.
I do not want to listen to a whole album of like some soft. I mean, even when I listen to some soft sounding shit with the soft singing, like some fucking shoegaze or something, it's counteracted either by some very pop sensibility melody, or some really fucking loud distortion. It's not just like some very sweet, just okay type of Michael Jackson shit. But for who it caters to, it is good. I will say that the song that I liked the most was the one that I heard when James Blake Radio came on after the album, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is from another album. This is catchy as fuck."
What the album cover look like?
It was like green.
That was The Color of Anything, dog. Bro.
I think it was like Choose. The song was like Choose Me or something, Choose You or something like that.
Yeah, bro. Like
Choose Me. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Choose Me.
That album was play the song.
Or it's not green, but
play
it's
the song. Play the song out loud. This shit. This just is very like.
I feel like it was pretty luscious. The textures and it sounded good. I do feel like this album was very stripped back, and that's what that was my impression of like.
Very stripped back.
Is that the James Blake style? I guess not.
You mean that album?
No, I'm in my head when I was listening to this album. I'm thinking, this must be the James Blake style here.
It's not
like the trap. I think is that what sets one apart, the trap drums. It was a lot of trap drums.
I think James Blake has been influenced by traps ever since this project, but he didn't. You can never really call it like R&B trap until now. You know what I'm saying?
It very much fits in there. I mean, his voice to me, in some ways fits that, but then at other times.
Did you listen to the song that I sent you?
It just sounds like singer-songwriter.
What song did I send you? I texted it to you.
If it was a James Blake, probably not.
But so that mean no, because you would have.
The first James Blake I listened to was for this album, so. But yeah, not a lot of the songs stuck out to me. I mean, I will remember them if I listen back to them again, but none of them really stuck with me or moved me. So
I mean, I think I feel a lot differently than that. I think
you're a bigger fan.
I think this project has a lot of potential. It just didn't really. I think it really picks up at Barefoot in the Park. With whatever the fuck her name is, Rosalia. I think that song is like on some very cinematic. I can see it on like a soundtrack or some shit to like some type of exotic fucking romantic movie, romantic drama type bullshit. And then the song after that, I feel like it was still poppy, but it wasn't. It didn't turn me off. What was it? I Can't Believe the Way We Flow.
I think I remember that being pretty good. But like I said, to me it was background. Like if I go to go to a Spotify playlist, like my wife does or something, go to a Spotify playlist while you're cooking.
Yeah,
and just play like some moody R&B, very moody.
I like the song album. But I will not be going back to click on it. From this point though,
I'm surprised he got all these rap features.
Oh, James Blake is a big player in hip hop right now, for sure.
Yeah, that's surprising.
He did production on what was it? Kanye's Dark Twisted Fantasy, or was that Yeezus? I know that.
Okay, so he does production for other people.
Yeah, he do a lot of producing for other people. I think he was on Kendrick's last project. Was that Element? He did the beef, or he did additional production on Element.
Okay, so yeah, but somehow he managed to score the rare Andre 3000 feature.
I think if anybody could do it, it was him, because he just as an elusive nigga. Or Frank Ocean. I think
elusive, mysterious.
Yeah, probably. Elusive, mysterious R&B niggas linking up with Andre.
Yeah, because they all gone, disappeared somewhere. And
then they find each other
in the Bermuda Triangle somewhere, just fucking lost. But yeah, I mean, it's sad that all these people are getting them before Big Boy. Like, holy shit, Big Boy can't get a feature. He keeps coming out with these solo albums that I don't think really go in many places. I love Big Boy.
I like Big Boy too.
But it is what it is. Okay, but this album, I don't have a ton to say on it. I think it's good for where you probably it's good. For what it is, I think that
the best track on here is "Where's the Catch," the Andre feature. I think that's the best track, or maybe "Are You in Love," or maybe "I'll Come Too." Towards the end of the album, maybe
I actually like the Travis Scott one, and then "Tell Them" with Moses, Summy, and Metro Boomin. I actually like those.
Maybe "Tell Them" was good. I just don't remember it, so it probably wasn't.
Upon first listen, it wasn't a super memorable album. It seemed very stripped back, and it seemed like it blended into the background.
I think I got like a listen and a half.
I'm inclined to believe you when you say that his other albums are probably something different and something better.
They way better, dog. Like, I swear, if you really, like, say if you wanted to go listen to James Blake after this, that CYMK EP, bro. It's so, I mean, it's less vocals than, it's more production, less vocals. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? It's still he still sings a bit. And if you really want to get into an album, The Color and Anything just is song after song after song, points, followed by what the fuck was on that project? It was Points. That song had 1-800 Hope My Life with those fucking crazy like synth stabs. That shit is so fucking like, and then these crazy song structures. It was so ambitious, bro. But I guess, you know, every artist gotta try to catch one.
So where would you,
when you have the opportunity to, like James Blake does, coming off the Black Panther, coming off the Kendrick shit, I gotta give him room to, I guess, experiment.
So where would you, if you had to give this album
6.
a 6 out of 10?
6.
That's a little bit more generous than you sound. Sound like you were probably going a little bit lower. 5.
Maybe I'm giving it a 6 because it's James Blake.
But maybe that says something. You like James Blake a lot, and you're giving him a 6.
Maybe that's why I'm giving him a 6. Maybe if this was fucking Blake James, a nigga I don't know, it would be a 5 or a 4. I don't know.
Yeah, there we go. That was James Blake, Assumed Form. Overall, I would say good album.
Damn, Rick Rubin did work on the Color and Anything. Fucking Frank Ocean did writing on Color and Anything. Oh my god.
Well, maybe you should have picked The Color in Anything.
I mean, no. I mean, I wanted to do his new album because we got to do new shit. We got to do relevant shit. But, oh my God. If you really want to, I mean, oh my God. Just so many fucking joints. Love Me in Whatever Way oh my God.
Okay, so we got to look forward to next week, actually, of what we're getting into. Yeah, because I had one thing in the tuck.
It's your choice next week.
I had one thing in the tuck, which was Venture X. Some future funk. But here, let's see if my mind can be changed. Let me spin that wheel.
Yeah, I think your camera probably dead already. So
there you go, guys who can't see me. Spin that wheel. The audio is really what matters anyway. Fuck the.
Yeah.
Ooh, they want me to go to punk. Have we done one yet for punk? A punk record?
Have we done a punk record yet? I don't think
so. I don't think so.
I mean, we had the little female vocalist conversation. We had a little...
we had a little minor swerve into there, but a punk record that I could recommend. All right, well, I will come up with one by next week. Maybe on Random Talk, we will probably reveal what that is.
Yeah, I'm going to probably... I was supposed to come up with a Random Talk on Saturday, but I didn't.
We suck, but we're here.
I don't think so. I think I upload pretty consistently. God damn it. I mean, my last upload was like 3 days ago. Nigga, fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Nobody's watching this anyway. If you are, though, like and share. Like and share this shit, man. For real. Because then maybe some people will watch it.
Yeah.
You too, nigga. You need to create some social media shit. You need to...
I gotta spread awareness.
Yeah, you need to you need to take some pictures while I'm setting up or some shit and post it on some shit.
Take pictures.
I don't know. Just create like a Twitter or some shit and...
Listen, get the audio down, get a compelling show, and you will get you will get an audience. Sharing shit that
dog, I told you, one share on Reddit and we got like fucking 700 views.
That's because you right, but who knows what impression that left. And
I got like fucking 10 subscribers, or I got like fucking 8 subscribers from it.
Well, then post some more on Reddit.
Fuck you. We done.
We're done.